So this is a little exploratory project right now. For I'm going to take this antenna controller off, and I want to see where the antenna from the roof comes in and connects into this. I think it's another connector like this on the back end, on the back side of this controller. And I'm thinking I can just disconnect that, use a little adapter, and then adapt the antenna wire on the roof to the cable that I'll need to attach to a cell booster, which I'll mount here. And if that all plays out well, I'm sure I can get power from here as well. I'll probably replace this with a little power jack and another one of these. Take off the line guard controller, and then up on the roof I'll put a cellular antenna. I'll just unhook the cable from the antenna on the roof and hook it into a cellular antenna, and just check and see if the loss is sufficient so that we get enough. We don't get any signal degradation, and the cell booster will work fine with that. So let's get started. I'm gonna take this off, and we'll see what's behind it. Okay. I've got the line guard controller unscrewed. I had to pull a little bit, but eventually I pulled, and there's 3 BNC connectors, or coax connectors, right here. So one of these is the antenna that goes to the main antenna that's up on the roof. I believe it's the black one. What I do is these 3 coax go into connectors here on the board. I have the installation manual for this. I'm going to go look and see which one of these is for the main antenna coming off of the back of the line guard, and then I'll disconnect this, and I have a little adapter cable I'll show you in a second. The other interesting thing is that these are fairly thick gauge wires, and this is the power and ground. So what I'm thinking, if all this works out well, is I'll just disconnect this, and I'll use these blade connectors. I'll transition that to a connector that I can then I'll probably mount a little power connector up here. I don't know if it'll be cigarette lighter or Anderson. My preference would be an Anderson power pole adapter here, and then I'll adapt the cable to the Anderson power poles. Okay, so here's the manual. So you can see here, these are the 3 coax connectors. So what we want is, number C is the antenna in. So that's the one that we want to hook our cell booster to. So that would be C, this one, which is right under the positive terminal. So the others are, D is the cable input, so that's from the utility hatch out on the side, and then the TV output, that's the multiplex of either of those 2, then go out to the TV. Okay, so I'm going to disconnect C and attach the my little dongle to it. This is where I have previously had the cell booster, or currently, I guess. It's the WeBoost here, and I've just got it, the antenna kind of run out through the back door and attached to the roof. So I'm going to take this, move this up into the cabinet, and just localize all the wires there, and then remove the antenna wire that I have going out the back door. This is kind of a baseline test. Right now I just ran the antenna for the cell booster up here into here, and I put my cell phone up in the cabinet. So you can see right now I've got 2 bars. This is with the antenna that I've got currently sitting on the back of my it's the little rubber ducky antenna that comes with this magnetic mount. It's sitting on the back end of my van, and it's definitely shaded by the air conditioner, and actually I'm under a metal cover right now, so that'll impact it. So right now the cell booster is off, so now let's take a look and see when I turn the cell booster on, how many bars we get. So the goal is when I put the new antenna through the antenna cable, we want to match the same performance. So now it's cell boosters on. There it is, just picked up. So we got 4 bars. So it went from 2 bars to 4 bars in here. I know there's a way that I can get to the raw decibel levels of this, but I think this will be good enough for a quick test. I'll get the decibels up when I get the high gain antenna up, but for now I just want to make sure that I can do exactly what I do today with the rubber ducky, and just with cleaner wires and tucking the cell booster up here in the cabinet. Okay, here I am up on the roof. So this is where the antenna cable comes out, and this is where it attaches into the wind guard. For now, I just took this thing. I'm just going to toss it over here. For now, just keep it up out of the way. It'll get shaded from here, but should give me the same performance of the antenna I have. It's the same antenna I have on the rear of the roof. And then I just put on a little adapter on this cable, so I'm going to just take this cable off and attach it here and do a quick test. All right, let me get this off, attach it here, and then we'll go down and see what our signal is. Okay, so here we are again. Is my iPad a little heavier? So actually right now it's looking like we're, without the booster on, we're still getting, well, almost 3 bars now. All right, let me turn on the booster and see what that gives us. Give it a second, see if it sinks in. There it goes. So we're getting 4 bars with the booster on. Definitely, oh, drop down. So, 5 bars. Synced in now. So earlier the test we were getting 2 bars to 4 bars, and now it looks like with in the new test, where the things are set, I was started off with 3 bars, and with the cell booster I got 2 additional bars. So it looks like equivalent performance going through the antenna wiring or direct from the antenna through the back door. So I'd say this is a success. All right, so when I'm mounting things in the van, I don't like to drill holes. I'd like to avoid it as much as I can. What I like to use a lot are these command strips. I use the picture hangers, which are kind of like a heavy-duty Velcro. So you saw me where I had the WeBoost before was stuck down here, and that's been many thousands of miles just stuck by these picture hanging command hooks. So I'm going to be able to take these off, but also, these are also on the back of that WeBoost. So I'm going to use a couple more of these up here and just mount this here, and then I'll start neatening up the wires. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to print out some labels for these coax cables, and I'll probably attach this bundle to this one, and I fish it back through. So at some later date I can pull this back through and hook this back up if I choose, or if I ever do sell the van, someone can choose to do that. So, all right, I'm going to mount this up, neaten up the wires, and I'll probably I have a cigarette lighter plug that I think I'll have these blades attached to, and then I'll just hook the power of this WeBoost up to these lines for now, and then I'll come up with a nice panel design as another step. But I did a power measurement, and with this WeBoost, it runs about 1 amp. So it's 1 amp hour while it's running, so not very high power at all. Certainly well within the capacity of this wire and this circuit as well, because that antenna draws more than the WeBoost does. So, all right, let me get it mounted, and I'll cut back in when it's done. I removed the wine guard panel, and you want to note there are 3 coax connectors connected to this. One is labeled TV out, that goes to the television. Then there's cable in, that's the cable that's out in the utility center out on the driver's side. So when you hook cable TV in, it gets connected into this connection, and then this is the antenna in from the roof. So when I removed this, what I did was I labeled these connectors. So this one is from the cable. The antenna one from on the roof I hooked into the antenna of the WeBoost, and then here's the TV. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to connect the TV to the cable, and so by doing that, essentially what will happen is I can if I plug into a campground that has cable TV, I can hook it up to the outdoor connection, and I'll get cable TV to the television. So I never watch over-the-air TV, but on occasion, in an RV park, I might hook up and check out some of the cable channels there. So I'm going to do that, and then I also have a plan. What I did was got a cigarette lighter adapter, and I also labeled the positive lead for the power that was on the back of this these lug connectors here into this cigarette lighter, and that's where I'm right now. I'm powering this up. So the next step, I just need to create a little panel here to mount the coax connector and this cigarette lighter adapter, and then these two I'll connect to and bury back in the wall. So if you know me at all, if you've been following our videos, you know my plans are fluid, and I as I think through things change. So I took these connections here. This is the cable connection in the control panel on the driver's side there, where the cable input is, that comes in through here. I hook that directly to the wire that goes down to the TV. So then this gives me that direct cable TV connection exterior to the TV here. So that's, I'm just going to then just push that in here. Instead of the modified panel, what I did was I'm going to use this single coax cable. So I took what was for the antenna wire. This is where the booster is going to plug in here, and just use this. And this way, I don't have to modify this at all. This will just mount with these two holes, and this cable will push through here. And that leaves me with how do I get power up here for the WeBoost? So I'm still going to use a cigarette lighter adapter, but what I came up with is this little panel I found from PowerWorks. I'll put a link to it below. And what I did was I got two. This is really just a panel with two circles for these round sockets in it. I got one with a dual USB port and one with a cigarette lighter, and that's going to mount right underneath this panel here. So all I have to do is drill two 1-inch holes here, push this in and screw it in, and that'll give me a nice little power connection up here. So this can become like a little charging station. And for times that I don't have, let's see, if I'm not going to use the booster, somewhere around here I have, here it is. What I do is just put two more USB ports in this adapter, so I could have 4 devices up here charging at a time. So it gives me kind of a nice place to build a little charging station. Minimal modification to this wall, really just two 1-inch holes to mount this in. Should be a pretty clean install. So I'm going to go and measure up and drill these, and then what I'll do is I'm going to take this DC wiring and then push it down through these holes, and I'll wire these two in parallel with this. So this will end up powering both of these sockets. All right. made this little adapter just to take the power that was connected to the line guard and then split it into a couple of little connectors that'll clip onto the back end of these. So I'm going to route this through here. These two connections will go here, and these will go to each of the new sockets. So I'm just going to fish that through, mount this, and we should be good to go. Here it is, everything installed. So I've got the panel mounted. This is the cigarette lighter adapter where the WeBoost is plugged into here, and then I have this plug here for two USB ports. So if I put my phone up here, here's the antenna. I'll just kind of let it sit here. I might attach it to the wall up here with another command strip just to get it up out of the way. And I'll probably tuck these wires off to the back here. But so this will be a charging shelf. I can push devices here, plug into USB. They'll get boosted through the WeBoost. So that's what it looks like. Thanks for watching.